The father of the New South Wales teenager convicted of drug offences in Bali has made his first public comment on the family's experience. The 14-year-old arrived home this week after 2 months of detention in Bali. He was arrested for buying marijuana on Kuta Beach. Reporter Mark Douglas says the father called the news conference in a bid to get the media to back off, and he asked not to be identified.
Well, the father, Ros, is very relieved that his son is back home safely after 2 months locked up in detention in Bali. He says that his son is a different person after this experience, that he's more respectful, that he's more aware of the laws. Now, the father said that he didn't realise his son had a marijuana problem. There had been a previous incident, but he didn't realise that he had a problem with drugs. He said they certainly wouldn't have gone to Bali if that had been the case. He said, in fact, that he was very happy with the support that the family had received from Australians, from the Australian diplomats in Indonesia, and in fact from Therese Rain, the wife of the Foreign Minister Kevin Rudd. He's very happy with the way his son's coped. He's very proud of his son for coping through this process, and this is what he had to say to the media at their Lake Macquarie home a little earlier today.
For a 14-year-old, he coped with this experience better than I expected. With the continual support of his mum and myself, we have managed to get this child back home to Australia reasonably unscathed. Very proud of him for his conduct throughout this ordeal.
So, Mark, we've not heard from the family up until now. Why did the father decide to speak out today?
Well, there's been intense media scrutiny, obviously, Ros, about this case. No doubt most people have seen the vision from Indonesia where the father had decided that he would try to protect his son's identity at all costs. In fact, his son was wearing a mask for much of his time near the cameras. And even back in Australia for the last couple of days, he's gone at lengths to keep his son away from the media. He decided today that they needed to end all this. There'd been speculation that the family had been negotiating with a commercial network for an exclusive deal to tell their story about what happened, but he says that the family is not looking to profit from this, and those reports are not true.
We wish to be placed on record that despite the continued media speculation regarding a deal struck, there has been no deal and will be no deal with any media organisation regarding this story. Our son is keen and very motivated to resume his schooling, and we are keen to have our lives return to as normal as possible.
And Mark, did the father have any thoughts on Bali?
Well, yes, he certainly wouldn't be drawn on whether the family will go back. He did say that this is a salient lesson for people going to Bali. This family, that described as a normal family, he said, that just wanted to sit by the pool for 8 days and sip on pineapple juice, and it all turned out very differently. He says that others should learn from this experience and be aware of just what they're getting into if they risk breaking the law in Bali.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Ros.